I'ma be the last man standing, raising my hands like a champion. Champion. Giving everything to get it, even when they said it can't be done. Can't be done.
Yo, it's your boy Woo, First Eye Production, Hood Smart Entertainment. We here with Lupe Fiasco.
Yes.
Holla at your boy. First of all, we want to just, ask you a couple questions as far as, you had a chance to sign with Jay-Z. You spit for the Hove, you could have signed with Hove, but instead you opted to go with, I guess, Average the first, and then you ended up getting your label deal with Atlantic. In hindsight, if you could have did it all over, would you have signed with Hove, or what made you not go with Hove as opposed to, doing your own thing?
Nah, I wanted to sign with him.
You wouldn't sign with him?
No.
Okay.
For the simple fact that, like, at that time, I was more like Hove than I was like just a regular artist, because I had my own company. So when we went to Rockefeller, we had a company. It's like, it was like we need a merger as opposed to you just signing one of the star talents.
Okay.
Like taking our brain trust and giving it to you. It's like, nah, like we want to do something a little bit more beneficial to both parties, I guess. Which would, at that point, would have been a production deal, which they didn't want to give us. But you fast forward, like, we just looking at my career, it's like that was probably one of the best decisions, as opposed to just go to Rockefeller and just be another artist under the Rockefeller label and put an album out, then eventually fall to the wayside. It's like we chose to just keep First and 15th, and First and 15th has grown into a movement, within the music business, just on the streets. First and 15th is now a movement. Hopefully, 2-3 years from now, we'll be just as big as a Rockefeller. We already laying the foundation to get there. So nah, I wouldn't do it all.
Well, as far as First and 15th and the name Lupe Fiasco, when you came up with the name Lupe Fiasco and the name First and 15th for the company, what was the basis on that?
Well, it was me and my partner Chili as far as First and 15th. It was just a harkening back to, everybody in the hood, they got their checks on the First and 15th. Or the first and the third, what have you, but the First and 15th sounded a little better. And it's just going back to that struggle, to that, reminiscing on the days when we were the have-nots, and just paying homage to that fact. And it was kind of like the happy days in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your check, you go to the grocery store. It's like, yeah, we get to eat Captain Crunch, tonight. But Lupe Fiasco was just picked up in high school. I had a friend named Lupe. My name's Wasalu, so I always went under Lou. That was like my nickname. And picked up Lupe from him. Fiasco came from the Firm album. They had a song called Firm Fiasco. Like the way it looked. Like, Lupe Fiasco. I had this thing that the best rappers had first and last name. So
That's what's up.
I was like, okay, Nas Escobar. Okay, alright. Frank White. Okay. Biggie Smalls. Okay, Lupe Fiasco.
That's what's up. So the best rapper. Who is the best rapper?
Ain't no best rapper. There's definitely a fraternity of, legendary, highly skilled, rappers. Then there's the people that are below them, and people that are below them, and people that shouldn't be rapping. But you definitely got that, and it more leans toward the New York MCs. There's exceptions, coming out of different regions where you got like people like Common, you got people like Andre from Outkast, and you got like like Razzcast. I'll put Razzcast up there. That's not on my personal list, but definitely more New York rappers, where you can name more people from New York than you could from anywhere else. Like Jay-Z and Nas and Biggie and Big Pun and Ghostface. So I think that fraternity of classic, highly skilled, highly talented MC, and then you go down from there.
Now, you said the ones that probably shouldn't even be rapping.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could turn on BET, MTV, and see somebody that shouldn't be rapping right now. Is there any artist that you absolutely just wouldn't do a song with, no matter what the circumstances are? Yeah,
it's artists that's in that highly skilled, highly qualified ranking that I wouldn't do songs with. And it has you walk this hypocritical line of like, you know, you got your limitations of how far you gonna go and what you gonna subject yourself to. So there's certain artists out there that I respect as artists and that I see, and I like the moves that they made. I like what they do, and even in certain instances, I like that music. But then my ethics kick in, my morals kick in, my lack of appreciation for the music business, and more for the good of common man and the mind state of the common person on the street. That kicks in. It's like, okay, how are you affecting them? You know, so, you're affecting them negatively. Okay, I'm not going to associate myself with that. No matter how good of an MC you are, that cuts off. That's more like a hobby, where it's like you appreciate what other people do. It's like, okay, that's dope. It's like you go to like a comic book convention, or you go to like a place where they build models or something like that, or a toy collecting convention or something like that. You see this guy got all these toys. He's like, oh, that's good, that's dope. He got the first Superman from such and such, and he got the first X-Man from da-da-da, they got this, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like, oh, I really respect this dude. He's the greatest comic book collector, toy collector in all the world. But he beats his wife. You know, and, you know, he's a member of the Ku Klux Klan. You know, and what else can we throw on top of there? He hates his mother, you know, and he just throw all this other stuff on there as him as a real person. You know, outside of just his exploits and what he's done in the world of comic book collecting. You know, and that affects me even in this music business. You know, that affects me in a lot of different areas. So it's like, I respect what you're doing, you know, on the outside, but as a person, I can't associate myself with you like that. You know, I don't use that to, I don't use, how can I put it, what they do outside of the music business or outside of rap or comic book collecting, you know, to dictate how I feel about their music, though. You know, I'm not gonna say like, oh, just cause you know what I'm saying, you talking about Crips and Bloods, your music is garbage. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. To me, that's way more hypocritical than being associated myself with them. You know what I'm saying? It's like I keep it separate in my head, and I act. So it's people that suck. Just suck. It's garbage. You know what I'm saying? That I'll do a song with before I do a song with some of those higher ranked MC that will remain unnamed.
When you get on the track with an MC, since we talking about MCs that you get on the tracks with, as an artist, are you always competitive? Like, look, man, I'm on the track with this dude, I'm gonna get busy. In your mind, you thinking like, man, I want to just be, my verse need to stand out.
I don't know. It's sometimes I just go and I do me. You know, sometimes I shut off what they said in the song itself, and I take my 16 bars. And like, what world am I gonna create in my 16 bars? It ain't about what they just said or what they just did. It ain't even about, as long as what the song talking about, okay, I'm gonna just stick to what the song is talking about for the first 2 bars, you know what I'm saying, just so people know the continuity is there. But then after that, the next 14 bars, I'm finna go off into Lupe land, you know, and just have fun with it. And that's how I come out, you
That's
know.
what's up.
I take myself off for trying to stick to what they're doing. There's some rappers that I won't, like I won't do a song with Talib Kweli. I love Talib Kweli. He's like, yo, Lupe, let's do this song together. I was like, and then I heard his verses. I was like, I'm not jumping on it. You're not finna get me. Like you're not finna beat me. So sometimes it kick in like that, where it's like I just got so much respect for people, and I was actually scared to get on a track with them. Like, nah.
For real?
Yeah, like nah, I'm not jumping on that song with you.
Cause that's crazy. I was thinking, cause when you did the joint with Hov, you did the track with Hov on your album, you did the track with Kanye. And when you listen to both of them songs, how you felt? Like you compared to the, you know what I mean, on both of them tracks? Because personally, on the one on your album that you did with Hov, I was like, wow, you was really getting busy. You know what I mean? And it seemed like Hov, he went in there, he did his thing, but your verses really stood out. And I was like, Luke trying to get at him. I'm thinking in my mind, like Luke trying to get busy on him. And then with Touch the Sky, I'm like, Luke trying to get busy. You know what I mean? Like you went in there, peach fuzz with the beard on the way. You know what I mean? You was getting busy. How you feel that you stood up with those artists, Kanye and Hov, when you was on the track with both of them? And those are, you know what I mean, them big artists.
Well, with Jay, the thing with the situation with Jay was a little different because Pressure used to be, and just a quick fact, Pressure, the reason the song called Pressure is because that was the name of the beat in the MPC from a sample or something like that. So that's why the song is called Pressure. And just stuck. But the thing with Pressure was a song before that I recorded a long time ago. And my partner always liked the beat. My partner Chili, my partner at First 15, he always liked the beat. And so we had this whole song. It never had a hook. I remember they played it on Hot 97 one time with no hook. My man Absolute played it, and I was just like, alright. Didn't have a hook that had nothing, and it was just me on it. And we was going through putting the album together, And Chill was like, yo, what about Pressure? We're gonna do a Pressure. Let's put Jay on it, you know. So he just sent the song to Jay. Jay had already heard it prior in the one form, but then he just sent it to him like, yo, this is the song we want you to jump on. And so he told Jay, he's like, yo, but Lupe's gonna change his verses, because the verses I did were like 3-4 years old on the first one. And he's like, yo, Lupe's gonna change.
Giving everything to get it, even when they said it can't be done. Do what I got to do, 'cause I got a lot to prove to everyone who ever believed in me. Now they all can see that I'm a champion.